Red Bull on the cut. Oh my god! What an amazing race this is! Sergio, your 2022 World Drivers Champion! Welcome to the Russian Grand Prix. Blade Johnson takes pole position. Davey Sergio is alongside him. Outside of Chaos Andale, Ahmed Silla, Nice Crumbly, Livery, Ultra Bro, Alex Fanucci, UK Ball, Matthew Hart, Iago, Chris Cornwell, Ezra Donington, Larry Marcus Adelaide, Dominic Benedetto, Sebastian Ocampo, Ravo, Takamad Horn, Theo, Raphael Ferrari, Daniel Botsarov, Yuri Headley, and Carlos Eduardo. So here we are, the Russian Grand Prix, round 7 of the World Championship. And the lights go green, we're underway to start this Russian Grand Prix. It is a chaotic race, so expect some crashes, possibly even straight away at turn 2. As the drivers head towards that corner right now. Here we go, but just like our race leader, not for longer, Davey Sergio straight into the wall and out of this race. I told you, expect chaos, and we got that straight away. As Sergio went very deep in towards turn 2 and hit the wall. He was out before turn 3, in fact. And that happens right after turn 2. But Chaos Andale sees himself now up in a 2nd position. With Sergio in this World Championship, this is not good for him. He was obviously going to fall a lot to BDS as it stands. And I'm sure could end up falling to UK Ball as well. Who's currently in 6th position. I think he's up on his quality position. Which I'm sure is like nice. So get into the wall as well. Iago. That would have been a big shunt that he's out the race as well. I think he was side by side with UK Ball and just went into the wall. That's 2 retirements and 2 separate incidents on 1 lap. So it's only lap 1. But look at the gap between Andale and Silla. It's a whole 4-second gap between the two. Silla miles away from the top 2, who just pulled away at the start of this race. And the race restarts once more for the 2nd time. Yeah, I've got one super soft runner, which is Theory Headley, down in P20, his teammate up in 2nd place. Obviously, Andale getting some good upgrades at that team in Audi. And lap 2 starts, and Blade has pulled out his lead that he's got to 1.2 seconds. He's going to come round turn 2. It looks like he made it, which he has. But could Ultra go for Godzilla? No, he's not going to go for one. Good choice from him, to be honest, as somehow it appears everyone has managed to survive this section, which they have. So that's really good there, actually. In terms of driver safety, Ezra Donington picking up a penalty in P10, which I've just saw right there. As he moves up into 9th place, I don't know what the penalty for, probably causing collision, because I don't imagine you can get that. I don't imagine you can get like 4 track limits in such a short space of time like that. So yeah, probably caused a collision somewhere, which obviously not good for him. Fanucci now catching Livery, and he's going to go for a move here on the inside line. Well, it will be the inside line. He sends it. Fanucci going for that move, but he can't get the place done yet. He's going to go for another move, trying to force Livery to submit, but Livery not giving in. He knows that those are fake attacks, and he knows just not to react to them. Ahmed Silla for the Opel DP World team coming into the pits. Get rid of his hyper soft. Same thing for Cornwell, Adelaide, and Van Horn. The Ultra now up into 3rd place as Crumbly getting super close to the barriers. Of course, he's competed in 2 races in Formula 1 so far, and he's won both of them. currently the only driver in the grid to have a 100% win streak. And he actually sees himself P5 in the standings, which is crazy. Is Headley there on the inside up into 14th place. As he's going to try and go for a move on Raven, he does that one. He's made up quite a few places this race. Yes, some people are pit, but nonetheless he has made places up. Anyways, which, making places is good for your race. They're now crippling, the others falling. They fell so much down at the top two. It's unbelievable. The Hypersoft tyres aren't giving that much life at all around here. They don't give much life at all around any track. Because as we all know, the Ultra Softs are the more durable tyre. The Super Soft being the most durable tyre. In the pit, so comes UK Ball. As UK Ball stays out. Guess Andale now the leader of the race. As he's going to try and send it around these corners, UK Ball's tyres are going to be very worn out. Especially towards the end of this lap. 19%. 18% for Matthew High. He's not took care of his tyres as well as the Britain of UK Ball. So Hart's going to have to be really careful. Because, yeah, this is not good for his race at the moment. He could be at risk of a puncture this lap. If he is not careful enough. Down 12%. The tyres are wearing fast. He should make it to the end of the lap though. UK Ball on 11%. Hart on 8%. His tyres are awful. They are very awful. 6% is constantly coming down. Them tyres can't last another lap. Andale, I imagine, will be coming in the pits. As now Theory Headley closing in the gap to Matthew Hart, who's in third position. Andale into the pits as expected. UK Ball on 3% there. Hart on 1%. 0. The tyres are gone. Literally. And there we go. The punctures are happening. And as he enters the pits, he's got the punctures. Both on the right hand side of the car. UK Ball, we've got the fresh tyres. I don't know if he was held up there or not. Them tyres are just done for. And there we go, Hart into the pits with 2 punctures. And UK Ball's going to leave the pit lane in an alright 10th position. However, he can lose some more time. Well, he is losing time. But Bogsarov going to get nowhere near close enough to be making a move. Theory Headley now leader of this Grand Prix. And BDS is the net race leader. Only 4 seconds back on Headley. Now, with the low life of the Hypersoft tyres, Headley could see himself as the net race leader actually. Despite starting all the way down very low, possibly P20, I just can't remember, but I do remember he was there at one point in the race. He could see himself in at least the top 5. But look at Blake Outside's tyres, they're wearing out. You can see that right there. His tyres aren't lasting long. Ultra's at the fastest sector 2. As he has Cornwell right in front in the Jaguar. He's going to go for a move on that Jaguar. And there we go, nicely done. Up in a 6th position. As he's making up plenty of time. And yeah, I think he's starting to redeem himself. Because his car's not the best, but he's now finally putting in some good performances. Cornwell and Van Horn both entered the pit lane, as well as Daniel Bogdasarov. As UK Ball now was alongside Marcus Adley, I think. Adley's going to go for a move here into the corner, but they both survive it. Ferrari setting the fast lap of the race down to P16. As now Theory Headley under massive pressure. He's got Blade Outside right behind. Both of their tyres really worn out. So now, this is pretty much a battle for legitimate positions. Of course, if you opt to start on the hardest tyre available, you can make up so much time. Just as long as you pit onto a good tyre as your next stop, you're gonna be A-okay. As you can see, Theory Headley just managing his race now, not really feeling much pressure from BDS at this moment in time, because BDS tyres are just worn out. And Headley staying out, but Blazer Outside coming into the pit lane, going for an undercut strategy. Lap No, sorry, not lap 2, that's pit stop number 2. Andale set to fast lap the race. He's now in second place. That's a 1-2 for Audi at the moment. Now his tyres are 5 laps younger than his teammate Thierry Hadley's tyres. So he's going to be expected to catch Hadley pretty quickly, and that should be good for him in his race. Because yeah, Hadley's just lost all of his pace. He's on worn tyres and he's got a driver for quicker car, better stats right behind him. So yeah, it's a short-lived Audi 1-2, but it's a one that they will be loving right now. Just wishing they could keep. Looking further back into P8, this is Lam Fong in BMW Williams. He's doing a good race. Livery recently pitted. He's now in P20. Of course, he's going to be making up some places once more people come into the pit lane. And now Andale edging closer and closer to Thierry Hadley, as we can see there. There is Hadley on the inside line. I think he's coming into the pit lane now. And Andale takes the lead of the race. Hadley drops into the pit lane, and I can imagine Blazer Sonic is going to be getting past here. However, he's got some traffic to try and clear. Ahmed Silla coming into the pit lane, as the open pit crew will be rushing out to see him. And there we go. Ahmed Silla into the pit lane, moving on to a set of ultra soft tyres. And as expected as well, Blazer Sonic is ahead of Thierry Hadley. Is ahead by quite a lot as well, to be honest. As for Chaos Andale, I don't know what his race strategy will be. Can he manage a one stop or not? As we now watch drivers just pushing the limits now of this racing track. Andale leading like 11.4 seconds. However, if he has got another stop to do, he's obviously going to be dropping quite a few places. Blazer Sonic is 20 seconds off of Andale. And here comes UK Ball on the inside of Adelaide, trying to get moved on. We're going to have to go for the inside left-hander, which he does. He successfully cut Adelaide off there. I'm not getting Adelaide and Andale mixed up. I apologise for that one right there. The Briton does the move up at P16, lap 9 begins, and Andale is still out in front, still refusing to come into the pits. His tyres though probably won't even make it to the end. I mean, they could do, he could prove us wrong. But Fanucci comes in after only 5 laps of being on his tyre, and Andale he's on his 5th lap of his tyre, so we could be seeing Andale come into the pit at the end of this lap. And if he does pit onto a brand new tyre, it's probably going to have to be the Ultra Soft. Couldn't even think of the correct tyre. Yeah, I believe the Ultra Soft is going to be the better one for this. Of course, Super Soft would work, but they'd probably be a bit slow. Hyper Softs may only just get the finish. However, it will be very close. Could be like a Matthew Hart type situation here. But as we look further back, Ezra Dollington he's already made up his penalty, and he's in P9 right now. On his 6th lap though of his tyre, that's not looking good. He'll be set to come in the pits very soon as Silla trying to get a move on that Williams. And Silla won't quite go for it yet. He's not close enough, and there we go, he's found some room on the inside line. And Matthew Hart's into the pits, but Andale once again stays out. As Crumpy and Ocampo so close to each other, and Crumpy moves up into 6th position. Where else will Hart come out though in this race? As he's going to move on to a fresh set of tyres. It's fresh Hyper Softs on for him, as he's going to leave his pit box. And there we go, he came out down P16, he's outside of the points. That is very bad for him. But for Blader Dragon Sonic, in his race, he's only made up a couple seconds on Andale in recent laps. And his tyres are wearing out, which means Andale could be set for victory. Lam Fong's tyres also wearing out, so everyone behind Andale seems to be struggling on their tyres, and he just gambled with Super Soft. And it looks like it could work. Best bet would probably be to come in the pits because you're gonna be faster than everyone else by far anyways, and yes he does. Andale into the pit lane, and what tyre have Audi prepared for him? Now that's giving me a big one that I think Hypersofts could be a viable option now with only 3 laps to go in this race. But he comes across the line into the pits as we watch the Audi pit crew put on some new tyres, and it is Hypersofts. Just like I said, BDS and Form into the pit lane. Headley stays out and leads the race for Audi, who could be on for a 1-2 finish if things go right. Andale in second. Headley's tyres are wearing out so much, and yeah, they're not going to make it. Never mind about the Audi 1-2 thing. Headley's tyres won't make it to the end of this race, which means if Audi do keep him out, his race is going to be ruined. Like, it will be fully ruined. Ultra as well, just notice him. He could be on for a podium if he's able to get the end of the race on his tyre. Cable's also not going to make it to the end of this race. Hart will. Donington won't, actually. He won't make it to the end of the super soft tyre. Obviously, anyone who's just picked now, they are going to make it to the end. BDS down 15th place, though, which is pretty much miracles for Davis Kiara in this World Championship fight. Cable on P4, that's going to be good for his championship fight. However, his tyres are gone. They're going to be completely gone. So, I don't know what's going to happen here with the Hyperdrive team. It's very clear they don't intend to pit him. But here we go. Chaos Andale with active aero enabled. He's going to go for a move on the inside of Thierry Headley. A turn 2. This is not good. That's normally dangerous, but he's made the move. Chaos Andale leads once more in the Russian Grand Prix on the penultimate lap position. Headley's going to puncture. He's going to puncture on the front right and the rear right. And there we go. The tyres are gone. It's a full car puncture for Chaos Andale as Ultra moves up into second place. Next up will be UK Bob, but no, he's got punctures. Yep, he's just received them. Adelaide moves through. So many drivers moving through there. It's a small gap to have to try and fit through. As there's Daniel Bogdasarov in the Mercedes completely blocked. And on contact further back and out of the race goes Bogdasarov and Ravo. Those two drivers just can't get a break right now, can they? Bogdasarov is stranded in the middle of the track for blown engine. Ravo into the wall for tyre off. That's 2 retirements straight away. The chaos absolutely occurring right now in the late stages of this race. Donington's tyres won't make it to the end, I don't think. If they do, then I'll be surprised, because 8% right now, just over a lap to go. They're not making it, alright? But now Chaos Adelaide comes round the final corner. He's going to lead this race across the line. 13. That is a lap we're on, and it's laps 13 out of 13 overall. But now the slower drivers are wanting to punctures, just crawling around the circuit. Donington's in 6th position. 1%, his tyres are gone completely now. And there it is, 0% punctures, that's about to happen. And he goes for the move on Finucci. And Finucci's got a puncture. Fogg with him very aggressively moves through there. But now Donington's got a puncture. Fogg up in a 5th position. Finucci and Donington both receiving punctures there. And that is probably the make to the end of this race. The Benedetto may not. 7%, but he narrowly avoids hitting Finucci. And into the wall goes Finucci. Later on, getting caught in that as well. He's the one who actually hit Finucci. He's stuck the wrong way round. This is not good for the World Championship leader. And he's going to finally pull away, but he's down in 4th place with a 5-second penalty. So yeah, I can't believe it. Yeah, this is a literal chaos at the very end of this race. Crumbly though, having a chance to get up into 6th position. He needs to get ahead of Donington ASAP, because he's got a puncture. He got the full car puncture. Crumbly needs to get past. He's going to do so there. But focusing away from this, Chaos and Delay will make it historic. He'll make it a historical day for Audi as he wins the Russian Grand Prix. Audi get their first win in this series. After so many failed attempts at being a good team, they've came back here in 2023 and they've showed the grid just who they are. Matthew Hart's going to finish this one off for P2. Adelaide will get P3, but it's not going to be that at the end, because Lam Fong, who's going to finish second for Williams. Huge result for their championship. Ultra has a puncture, full car, and he approaches the line. Nice Grumpy will take 5th at the end. Ferrari finishing 7th from Siller and Ocampo against Cornwall livery. Blake looks like he's going to recover some points. The red outside, as expected, have blown. Eduardo will move through to take 13th place from the Vendetto. Donington is going to finish 15th, and everyone else has a full car puncture. So yeah, I'll just have to now wait for eternity, as these drivers will be crossing the line shortly. Yeah, once again, this time model proving to be a big nuisance to these drivers. Drivers on all sorts of compounds have been struggling. There's been a driver, at least one driver on every compound, that have got a full car puncture. Supersofts, Ultrasofts and Hypersofts all have had full car punctures at the end of this race. It is a truly chaotic tyre model we have for tracks like this, where the tyre wear is quite low. Ravens across the line, tackle at Horn, dead last. And there it is, your podium, Chaos Adley, winner of today's race, from Lam Fong and Matthew Hart. It has been a great race for Audi, massive for the World Championship, same thing here for Lam Fong in the Williams and Apex GP, scoring quite a few points when Hyperdrives lacked them. That's going to close them up in the championship a little bit more, as they come out as very high point scorers today. With that done, let's listen to the German national anthem. So obviously that's Chipotle there, Adelaide from Hart, but after that we have Adelaide, Crumply, Ultra Bro, Ferrari, Sella, Ocampo, Cornwall, Livery, Blake Sonic, Eduardo, De Vendetto, Donington, Theo, Headley, UK Ball, and Van Horn, with Finucci, Revo, Boxarov, Ayago, and Sekiera all retiring from the race. With that done, well, we're finished. The Russian Grand Prix. Can't wait to see you next time when the APX F1 series returns.